sure that we got some more. Oh, God. Oh, God, my head. Pounding. Oh. I'm sure you guys want to know what's going on. Another story hour. Part of my community service. You'd think, you'd think my parole officer would be, checking in on me, but no. No, don't care. Man, look, here's what happened, man. Bronx Beats is a wild one. Bronx Beats, man, you crazy ass motherfucker. I was like, dude, we need to hang out again. We need to do that again, man. Let's go down to Heartbreakers and have ourselves a good time. Go down to Heartbreakers in Texas City or Dickinson and have a good time. But no. Bronx wanted to go down to a little hole in the wall, sleaze place called Texas Dolls. Texas Dolls. And there things got wild. Yeah, I know. I told you the story. Bronx Beats suck my dick, and he could suck a dick. He could suck a dick well. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'll still hang out with Bronx Beats. You know what? I think I unbanned him. Did I unban him? I think he needs to be unbanned for all the stuff Bronx Beats has done for me. Sucking my dick to the point to where I can walk now. It's a Jesus miracle. I know it sounds blasphemous, but motherfucker, he grants miracles. You don't believe me? Go find someone in a wheelchair. Go tell them to go to Bronx Beats. And then be walking. They'll be walking. It happened to me. Look. It's a Jesus miracle, man. It's a Jesus miracle. That's what's going on. And right now I'm going through withdrawals. And so much. It wasn't so much Bronx Beats that night. I ran into an old friend. What can I say? And things are wild. Oh, you have a COVID too? Oh, no, man. This isn't COVID. Self-induced. Though, if I ever get COVID, it would be self-induced, though. All right? Don't get me wrong. What I have is a little something that gets cured with a little gentleman jack. All right? And we got a story. We got a story for this community service, all right? I got a story to read you. Right when we tell you the story, what happened at Texas Dolls, but going to the back room. Texas Dolls don't have no back room. Texas Dolls is super sleazy, man. You know it's sleazy. BYOB, $20 at the door. You go in. The girls are not the best. They're like hustler tier. You know what I'm saying? Hustler was like they got the prostitutes. Playboy got the top end penthouse. They got good girls, but hustler, god damn, there's no quality there. You ain't getting a hustler. You can't get to anything, man. All right, here we go. Oh. What I need to do? Andy Worski might be up for this. What I need to do is Worski and I need to have ourselves a snort off. Okay? Worski and I If I can do it for charity, do it for the kids. Do it for kids with cancer or something, okay? See who getting snored the most. And I think I'm going to win. I think I'm going to win. Bronx Beats could have a suck-off. Jesus Christ, no one could beat him. Name the best porn star. Name the best fucking porn star in the business. I can guarantee you Bronx Beats mouth beats that. Tenfold, man. Tenfold. Now, the story I'm going to read you today is a cautionary tale. All right, it's a cautionary tale about how you need to check the woman down there before you eat her out. All right, don't go down on any pussy. That's a cautionary tale. Kind of like my situation last night. Jesus Christ. You know, the tobacco kind of helps calm the nerves. The story is called Cynthia's Garden. All right. Can't be any more on the nose than that. All right. I don't know how I'm supposed to top this story tomorrow. All right, here we go. Cynthia's Garden. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to be grossed out? Gina Michaels was the GOAT. She was, man. She was. Bronx Beats, though, man. Wait. Hey, I think I know who you're talking about. I think I might know her. Let me see. Let me Google her name. You see. My dad was a pipe fitter. Pipe fitters know how to spend money on stupid, sleazy shit like that, you know. Oh, goddamn. I do remember her. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. She has a mouth that don't quit, son. They'll suck that cum right out of you. Suck your balls dry. I'll put her on the screen. Let me put this. Now, thing is, and I think with a lot of these porn stars, they go BBC, you know what I'm saying? You know, of course you would. Of course you would. Let me just put this on the screen here. I think you could do that. There ain't no nudity there. No, but tell Worski I'm serious. Jokes aside, I want to have a contest with him, and I think it's going to be great. There you go. There's Gina. Or Gianna? Oh, whatever her name is. Whatever. Sounds like vagina. All right. Sorry I didn't get her name down right. You got something in your nose, dead man. I do indeed. I think they might have been. Yeah, I do. I need this. All right. Let's read this. Cynthia's Garden, starting now. Here we go. So, yeah, get that message out to Andy Worski. I don't think he's cool with me. I don't know. We're going to have a store off for charity, okay? Real stuff, real deal. But here's the thing. I'm not spending my money. Chad, you want this to happen, you need to fucking donate to me some blow money. You understand, you son of a bitch? I love you guys. But you need to donate some blow money. All right? Make it happen. I'm going to do a snort off for charity. And if you don't do it, it means you hate kids. All right? If you don't do it, it means you want to see the kids die. And I don't want to do that. Cynthia's Garden. You've been watching me. Oh, wait. Before I read this, let me make sure no one's listening to me. All right, no interruptions. Here we go. Cynthia's guarded. You've been watching me. Honeyed words poured into his ears. I need you inside me. Deep inside me. A seductive whisper traveled along angelic wisps, while her red, delicious lips hovered close over his ears. What about the others? Pressed against the wall. He heard the pretentious laughter, faint dialogue, and plastic feel-good melody from the other room. Don't worry about them. She closed the door, all while fixated on him. They'll never know about our little secret. Trust me. A mischievous smile formed across her face. We can't. His eyes darted for the door, but a gentle caress from a smooth hand renewed his interest. Oh, don't worry about poor little Samantha. Cynthia is taking care of you tonight. Jesus Christ, I should have wrote erotica. No joke, I probably could have made money of that. Her fingers combed through his hair as her hands wrapped around the back of his head. Besides, I've seen how you stare, and I know you've been talking about me. He stumbled over his words like a drunkard, tripping over his own feet. I didn't know you noticed. Cynthia closed in on his face. Don't be nervous, Nick. Her fingertip tapped softly on his lips and eased his nerves. Her hips swayed as she stepped away. He watched in silence, studying her every move as she removed her blouse. I thought you would be mad at me. The words slipped out from his lips, while his eyes gorged on her round and perky breasts. Why? Because you called me a slut? Cynthia slithered closer and wrapped her hands around him. Because you embarrassed me in class? Her sharp words hid behind a pink dressing and smelt of lust and sex. She buried his head between her fleshy mounds and melted through his resolve. Shh. You think too much. She released him and found his eyes locked onto her pink nipples. I can't believe this is happening. His voice breathless as Cynthia unbuttoned her denim shorts, shook her hips, and shed the thin article of clothing off of her. You've been wanting a taste. She unwrapped him from his clothes as if he was a gift. I'll let you taste. Her hands on his head, Cynthia bit her lip and pushed him down. He folded to her desire, knees dropped to the floor, his anxious eyes glued to the pink fold that peeked out from a thin auburn patch.
Dead Man 1.
Thank you. Just have her celebrate her winning by reading some degenerate fiction that I wrote a long time ago. Probably on drugs, I don't know. He soaked in the view as if mesmerized by how the flesh glistened with a moist glaze. She gave him a minute to worship the beauty before she pulled his face back. Her hips straddled him, and a bead of sweat dripped from the fleshy taco that hovered above. She parted the subtle folds, revealing pink tender fields of her flower, allowed him to bask in the sweetness. He tugged on her, thirsting for a dab of the moistness. She grabbed his hands, placed him on her hips, and mounted his face. Now, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a cautionary tale. It's not erotica, okay? There's a theme here. You might, if you are aroused, and you're perverted enough to be aroused, You're going to be grossly disappointed. All right? All right, you're going to be gravely disappointed, I should say. What's coming up next is a reminder that that dick needs to go back in your pants. Get your hand off that dick. Don't be a pervert. You die. This is probably the most disgusting story I've written. And you're going to find out why. You're a hungry one, she said with a gasp. His tongue slithered inward, where pink folds blossomed, spreading over his gaping mouth, encasing his nose. Tiny teeth grew and rose and sharpened as they punctured through. He twitched and convulsed with his hands, while his hands tried to push her off. Just relax. She bound his wrists together and let them fall, while she smothered his face with pussy and all. That rhymed. That one rhymed. Look at that. Pink flesh inched along his face. So the pink flesh, the pussy flesh, is growing along his face, okay? He screamed for help and begged for mercy. All that she knew for sure, but not even so much as a whisper escaped. You had your taste, but now I'm the one doing the eating. He couldn't hear her. Her once thin pink flesh thickened into roast beef sheets. Roast beef sheets. Like Arby's. I hope you're not eating Arby's for lunch. You can never look at an Arby's sandwich again. Like I can't. I see Arby's, I think of the store. I think of Cynthia. Don't go down on Cynthia. All right? Her pussy is going to eat you. All right? Don't be a pervert. All right? Besides, you don't eat the pussy. She sucks your dick. All right? That's what's going on. All right? That's what's going on there. All right? I think that might be biblical, okay? The wife is supposed to be subservient to the man. The man's not supposed to get on his knees. But the woman does. All right? Anyway. We're just getting into it now. All right. He couldn't hear her. Her once thin pink flesh thickened into roast beef sheets that fit snugly around his head. Her box expanded and sucked him in. Muscles convulsed, contracted, and crushed his head like a trash compactor. Her legs spread, thighs widened, pelvis opened, while she squatted on him like a massive dildo. I know how to pick them. Sweat rained, and it is sweat, I didn't misspell it. Sweat rained from her brow as she panted like a black dog in the scorching heat of a summer sun. She squatted lower and spread her plump ass as if to defecate on the floor. But she didn't. There's no shit. There's no shit in this, okay? No shit in this. That's the silver lining. As she worked on his shoulders, she braced herself for the girth. A feeling of wholeness burrowed inside her and brought forth a moment of satiation as he crumbled like a piece of paper. The feeling of wholeness dissolved much like paper in a vat of acid. Her muscles crushed and churned at the rate her gaping hole sucked and devoured, but the feeling of completion was gone. An orgasmic shiver traveled up her spine, spreading out in hot waves through her nerves as she dropped to her knees. A chorus of moans rushed outward. It's orgasmic for her, okay? She gets off on this. She's a monster. She's a beast from hell. She's probably a succubus. This is probably what a succubus really does. You know, all these incels beat off the succubus, but you really think a succubus is going to let you fuck her? She's going to fuck you. Take your soul. Take your soul means her pussy will eat you. This is it. But we haven't got to the garden yet. You think we have? There's more. She dropped to her knees. A chorus of moans rushed outward from the bowels of her carnal feasting, only to be muffled by a quick hand as to not alarm the others. Remember, there are others in the other room. Her other hand saved her face from crashing into the tile floor. Of more than halfway, she positioned like a bitch in heat, while her fuckbox gorged until it consumed every inch. Her labia, draped low and heavy, like worn leather, closing into a mess of folds, like a stage curtain, while it recoiled back from which it came. The blossomed mess of roast beef fold returned to a subtle pink clam. Sorry, that's my dyslexia there. A moist tongue poked out and wiped the thin patch of grass clean. You know, with a story this extreme, it's kind of hard to know what is metaphor and what is not, right? You go literal with a badge eating someone, turning into an Arby's roast beef sandwich, consuming them. And that there, a moist tongue poked out and wiped the thin patch of grass clean. Obviously, she's not growing grass down there, but you know, who knows? I mean, if you didn't know any better, maybe she was. Maybe it literally is a garden. Cynthia rose up from off her knees and lumbered over to the sink, where she slumped and gazed at the figure before her. Dark veins plastered to her saturated forehead, cheeks blemished, and flesh splotchy from a sudden influx of blood flow. She struggled to catch her breath, gasping for air, like as if she just finished a hardcore bondage scene. I hope it was as good for you as it was for me. She patted her stomach and beamed with satisfaction. Her stomach churned, her abdomen crammed, and she winced in pain and caught the sink before she collapsed again. Fuck! A tsunami of acid slammed against her chest and dissipated into scattered waves of hot, frothy burn. She pulled herself up, gagged, and spat a mouthful of blood into the sink. She cranked the water and hovered over the basin like a drunk after Mardi Gras. She wiped her lips with a wet washcloth and produced a sneer. You're a stubborn one, but Cynthia has you tonight. A knock pounded through the door. Nick, you still in there? It's been like 20 minutes. Cynthia hurried over to the pile of clothes, threw on her top, slid the cut-off jean shorts over her thighs, and cracked the door. Hello, Samantha. Simple words expressed an impish grin. Who invited you? Fury besieged Samantha's worried eyes. With a determined hand, she forced the door open. And where's Nick? Can't you tell? Cynthia tilted her head and relished the moment. He left you. That's not funny. And why is there blood on the floor? Samantha stood with one single nosy digit pointing. Cynthia's smile melted to a frown. She slowly pivoted her head towards the spot of concern and observed 3 measly droplets of blood. Oops. Looks like I made a mess. Now, something's not right here. And why are his clothes here? Samantha hunched over the evidence like a nervous detective while biting at her nails like an anxious squirrel. Isn't it obvious? Your boyfriend tried to fuck me. You did it. Samantha placed her hands on her hips and rolled her eyes and blushed. I'm not about to pass up on a good dick, especially one that isn't afraid of a little blood. She unbuttoned her jean shorts, exposing a lack of panty line. You want to taste too? No, that's disgusting. Samantha got up in protest and went to the door. Guess you got that. Nick was Samantha's boyfriend, apparently, and it's a whole drama thing. It's a little drama thing. we're going to say they're college age. Okay, when I wrote this, I'm thinking they're probably college age. All right, they graduated from high school, whatever, you know. But you do what you do. Anyway, Cynthia crossed her path, closed the door, and whispered into her ear, "Don't you want to feel what he did to my pussy? You're disgusting." Samantha reached for the doorknob. "Don't be such a prude." Cynthia clenched her wrist and shoved it into the shorts. "Give it one little flick. I know you know how to make it feel good." "I'll scream." Cynthia nodded. "That's part of the fun." She pulled Samantha closer, locked lips, and swallowed her screams. She's making Samantha finger her right here. This bitch is crazy. This bitch is a succubus. Okay, this is a succubus. All right, she's fucking insane. All right, that's what she's doing here. And she kissed her so she could scream into her mouth. She shook, but her resistance gave way for compliance. Cynthia felt Samantha's fingers carelessly poking around, and she guided her stabbing digits into her moist lady passage, plunging a finger into her acidic canal. Her muscles convulsed at the stimulation. A flap of tissue slithered up and down around the finger as rows of tiny teeth emerged out from the pulsating tissue. Samantha squirmed and freed her lips long enough to gasp for air, but a firm hand muffled her screams. Rows of razor teeth tore through her flesh and gnawed through the bone. Jesus Christ. She tried to pull her finger away, but the fleshy trap wouldn't give. The cum pocket sucked harder to compensate for the rest of her hand, and the rest of her hand went up. She tugged on her arm to dislodge her hand from Cynthia's trap, but the mouth of the vagina squeezed even tighter around her wrist. Jesus, telling you, man, this is worse than the shit stuff. This is a story about Cynthia eating people with her fucking monstrous vag. Alright? By the way, Cynthia is a name of one of my ex-bosses when I worked at Devereaux, and she was a fucking cunt. She was like this 400-pound, like, man-hating behemoth of a bitch. Smelled like, she smelled like sweat and cigarettes every day. She hated men because no one would even look at her. No one would even give her a passing glance. So this story is about her. No. Did I read these stories to my wife? Not this one. I'll read you one. I have a couple stories for kids, and I mean that. And we'll read them next time. We'll do a wholesome stream. I'm not even joking. Samantha's face grew pale. Her tugs and pulls grew weaker, and her efforts to fight faded. Looks like she's losing blood. Cynthia removed her hand and answered Samantha's aimless stare with a smile. I think you got the idea. She watched with amusement as Samantha collapsed like a deflated sex doll. Cynthia dislodged a severed, bloody stump from her love pocket and set it free. Though not a drop of blood hit the floor, and her pocket tongue took care of the mess around her garden, a crimson stain on her shorts pissed on her parade. She ran cold water from the sink, soaked up a washcloth, and attempted to clean it. The redness faded while the denim darkened, exchanged one embarrassing display of poor planning for another. Cynthia left the body and closed the door behind her. The chorus of loud section chatter, muffled by even louder commercial-friendly pop music, welcomed her return. A return to a space where conversation and drinking distracted most, but not all. Hey, who invited the slut? erupted from the room. Cynthia froze for a moment and scanned the crowd to find a 6'3" linebacker, someone to some, but no one to her. Confident, he certainly buzzed. Confident and certainly buzzed. The walking stereotype appeared just as boorish and brash as the words he used. I heard you're the cum dumpster that makes the guys leave town. Cynthia forced a smile. I guess I'm a life changer. Well, you could change my life any time. He shot her a wink. I guess I'll have to find a way to fit you in. My schedule is, so busy. You know, from all the guys I fuck. She waved at a blonde that emerged from behind the jock. But you'll probably want to ask your girlfriend permission first. Cynthia returned a wink and reveled in the sight of cocky little dick mansplaining his way deeper into a hole. Cynthia left the party, passing a modest crowd of high schoolers, walked off from the residence. She took to the sidewalk and paced with a prudent stride. Her bare feet thumped along the rough pavement as it sizzled. The bright sun glared at her with unwavering rays as it burned white along the clear blue sky. She donned on a pair of cheap shades and maintained as if unbothered. She strolled down a block, navigated through a patch of woods, and crossed a narrow stone bridge where she passed by a familiar face. She couldn't place as to how or why, but gave not the slightest pause. She shot a glance to find that he stopped to look at the stream and hurried on her way. She turned down another street as sirens wailed like banshees in the distance. She imagined the panic caused by the sight of Samantha's pale, bloodless corpse. She reveled at the thought of shrill screams followed by repetitious utterance of "Oh my God!" from a choir of shattered minds. She approached a modest 2-story house of aged oak that sat along the end of a cul-de-sac. A rustic chain-linked fence stood before her and stretched out behind the weathered domicile. She stepped over a broken gate that lay on the wet ground like a forgotten relic of another time. An all too familiar scent of dried oak and burnt leaves greeted her as she entered through the door. A faint mist of dust lingered lazily in the light that fell from the windows, a light that glistened along the worn wood of various furnishings. Cynthia was home. She dropped to her knees as her stomach groaned in agony. Hands pressed firmly on her abdomen as the muscles beneath cranked like an unoiled machine. Come on, I'm almost there, she seethed through clenched teeth. What could she be talking about? Where's she going? Is she going to the fridge? Is she going to get some Pepto-Bismol? What's she need after eating someone through her vagina? We'll find out. We'll find out here. Cynthia hobbled out the back door and threw off her jean shorts. She entered her garden. Literally a garden. Entered her garden and squat low over a mound of dark soil. Her pussy opened like a swamp-ass... Oh, I guess there is some shit stuff. Hold on. Her pussy opened like a swamp-ass sphincter, and out rained a crude flow of blood and gunk. White knuckles gripped her knees as spasmodic wave after spasmodic wave gushed through her like a geyser. Her hips stretched and spread to compensate. Her feet dug into the earth for balance. I recall you spent more time on me, said a fat head that protruded from the ground, bald, pale, and fat. The thing looked like a melted gumdrop. Size matters, Billy. She braced herself for another surge. You look like you're struggling, his face smug and animated. Like I said, size matters. Cynthia forced a smile as she braced for another contraction. Hey! The bald head shook in protest. There's no way he's bigger than me. I was the biggest guy in this town. Oh, shit. Gotta make sure I'm not bleeding there. Ugh. Hey, the bald head shook in protest. There's no way he's bigger than me. I'm the biggest guy in this town. Oh, you're still the fattest motherfucker I've ever fucked. But this one had muscle. A lot of muscle. Cynthia bared her teeth and winced as a watermelon-sized glop of plasmic matter burrowed out from her gaping, bloody vag. Well, that you dropped. You mind if I get a taste? Jesus Christ, these things are gross. Well, that you drop. You mind if I get a taste? Since you asked so nicely, Cynthia walked over to Billy like a sumo wrestler and mounted his face. Hey, how come he gets first dibs? Said another round face with a stubby nose, also protruding from the ground. I haven't had blood on my pink salad for weeks now. Jesus, what the fuck is going on here? I must have been high riding this. Early bird gets the worm, Jimmy. She twerked as Billy lapped at the last drop of blood. While Cynthia fed her talking heads, the glob of plasmic matter pulsated in a puddle of crimson that fed into tiny ravines. Like a candle over a stove, the rare clump of matter sizzled. Like a candle over a stove, the rare clump of matter sizzled. Patch of hair, a tip of the nose, and eyes poked out as the bloody gunk slid down. The pool of red organic essence formed faster than the ground could absorb. Is that Nick? Jimmy asked as he prepared his tongue for a taste of Cynthia's flower. You better believe it. She rolled her eyes while holding back a moan. Nick's face, white as a ghost, smeared with blood that slowly dissolved, sat in saturated ground. Burrowed, tight eyes flickered, mouth contorted. He let out a yell. Nick, knock it off! Billy wiggled and pivoted to face the new arrival. The image of an Uncle Fester lookalike that sat on the ground like a ripe pumpkin startled Nick. Billy? What the fuck, man? He scanned around to find that he too was a head in the ground. What the fuck is this? Words rushed as his eyes darted to and fro. My arms, my legs, my body. Knock off with the yelling, man. We have a pretty good thing going on here. We don't need you to mess it up. Says you, said a square-jawed Frankenstein clone that blew out a column of incoming ants. Cynthia needs to do something about these goddamn bugs. You just want to get high off the powder again. Admit it, said Billy. Blake, I thought you left town, asked Nick. Nope, I've been here the whole time. Blake fired a jet of spit at the pesky insects and pulverized a couple. Those that remained scattered away. If it wasn't for the bugs, it would be heaven. Heaven? Where's your body? His body was over there with the rest, said Billy. Nick frowned. Nick followed his glance and found to his dismay rows of body parts anchored to the ground, sectioned off by type. Pale wrists sprouted from the ground like trunks, while fat, chubby digits stretched outward like branches from an open palm. Hairless testicles poked out from pasty white crusts, while thick cocks sagged on their weight. Jesus, this is horrible. This Cynthia is a monster. I'm telling you, man. This is a demented fucking succubi. All right. If you want to say, look, you might be like, hold on. You wrote this. This came from your mind. Hold on. I wrote this because I wanted to write a story about what I think a succubus would really be like in a very gross way. Okay. Absolutely disgusting. She consumes people in her vag and then drops them off in a garden behind her house where she grows them, apparently. She has a collection of souls in her garden. Fucked up. really fucked up. Obviously doesn't make any sense. It's like bizarro fiction, like really transgressive shit. That story is really sick. Turns out Nick finds out what happened to all his other friends in town that just disappeared. They were in Cynthia's garden the whole time. Oh, what happened to your nose? Is that Shaylin's tampon? No. The story behind this nose, I don't smell tampons, all right? I smell braps. I smell ass. I don't smell tampons. By the way, ask Bronx Beats, man. Him and I went to a place, and it was his idea. All right, his idea. We went to a little place in Texas. Yeah, Bronx Beats came down to Texas, man. He's got a lie and probably say he didn't. We went down, came down to Texas. It was his idea to hit up a place called Texas Dolls. We went there. He paid $20. You go in. The girls not so fun. The girls are kind of like hustler quality. But here's the thing: the back room. What you think of the back room happens everywhere. I mean, it doesn't take much. I mean, if you want a finger, you can finger. If you want to get your dick sucked, you can get your dick sucked. If you want some blow, you get some blow. Now, I already told you that Bronx Beats can suck a dick like no one other. So, I mean, it was competition. I like the girls there. I mean, they were doing a good job. But I was like, Bronx, here's the thing. I mean, are you trying to convince me that it's good to be gay with you? Because that's what I think you're doing. That's what I think you're doing. But he could tell you the story. I'll leave it up to him to add to that. All right, I don't want to reveal it about how much ass eating I did. All right, I don't remember, man. It was a lot. It was a lot of stuff going on. And as coincidence, maybe I was just here reading a very disgusting story about a woman who consumes people with her vagina. A vagina that grows into like Arby beef sandwiches and literally consumes them and crushes their bone and muscle and all into her body. All right. And then takes them to her house to store them like trophies in her garden. If I wasn't writing this stuff, if I didn't have a family, I probably could be a serial killer, guys. All right. Here's the thing. When I say I have body parts in that fridge or something, that may or may not be true, man. I don't know. For the record, I'll say it's not true. I mean, the only thing I have there is deer sausage. Oh, fuck. I'm so shaky. I am shaky. I need more blow. I'm shaky. And you can help me. You can help me with this. All right? Andy Worski. He ain't doing shit. You live with your dad. Or with your grandfather and your dad, and he's taking care of your computer. You let your dad touch your computer, man. Who is the man of the house? Andy, I'm not dogging you, all right? Look, here's the thing. We got to have a snort off for charity. Maybe we could do it on Odyssey. We couldn't stream that on YouTube. I want some real shit. No kayfabe. Nothing like that. We're going to do it, man. Andy, you ain't got much to live for. Come on. Do it for kids. Do it for fucking kids. What we'll do is my chat will help pay for my blow. And for every dono for charity, we'll take a bump. All right? That's what we'll do. Now you guys help clip that out or something and give that to Andy. I don't want to do it. I'm not sucking his ass. He ain't some Asian chick. If it was a Japanese woman, I would be sucking on his ass. I want that sushi tasting shit in my mouth. I I gotta tell you, man, if you ever went down on Japanese chick, it's very interesting. You know, pussy already tastes like fish, but I mean, can it be even fishier? Well, yeah, I can. Effing kids, it's for the kids. St. Jews will love this. St. Jews Children's Hospital Charity Sword-Off stream. Yes, I love it. I love it. Schwabble, I love that shit. You are the hype man. You're the promo man. That's what you are. I don't know if you know this. There's a thing called fate, destiny. Things don't happen for no reason. They happen because God makes it happen. You're my promo man. I might have grossed you out, but I think I'm your promo man. You know I'm unhinged and I'm crazy. I need a handler is what I need. You can handle me for this one time. It's easy. It's only 4 inches. You can handle me just fine. All right. That was Cynthia's Garden. Probably the most disgusting story I've written. If there's one story I could agree with you that I need to disavow, it's that one. That one is sad. All right. So far, we've read The Shits. We read Mr. Denman Made Me Do It. We've read Cynthia's Garden. We've read Turbo Slut Eat More Pussy. The thing I'm lacking here are stories that are not like totally disgusting, horrible. Okay? And I kid you not, I do have one of those. Okay? There's 2 I could think of. Creekside and Lake Monster. Lake Monster is straight up a cryptid story. No shit, no pussy, no degenerate stuff going on. It is a straight up 2 dudes going fishing and you're dealing with a cryptid. All right. Now there might be some undertones of gay romance, but it's implied. All right. Creekside is a story I told you. It's like Stranger Things, but at a trailer park. All right. So there's kids, meth, abusive dads. Oh, shit. It might not be a good story. The kids are fine. The kids don't get hurt. The kids don't get hurt. But I think there is a kid that does ingest meth. Jesus. He calls it rock candy. Oh, man. Does Bigfoot get fingered? Lake Monster. Lake Monster. We're going to read Lake Monster. Because right now, you guys probably think, and rightly so, everything I put together or wrote needs to be quarantined. Lake Monster is actually wholesome. Now, we only have like 10 minutes left, I think. Oh, my head is pounding, man. I'm feeling weird. I drank too much last night. All that coke, man. My body wobbly there, man. Not bad. Maybe I can control it. Maybe I can't. I think this one's done bleeding too. See, it's real, guys. None of it's fake. It's all real. It's all real. Everything's real. Everything you see is real. It's more believable than me just turning into a samurai and losing my eye. Went too far there, Daimo, but armistice. Armistice. You got Parkinson's? Parkinson's? Yeah, I got Parkinson's. Donate to me now so I can treat my Parkinson's with more Gentleman Jack. I will quit my job, stream under a bridge, and then call it the bum stream. No, I can't do that. Shade. When are we doing the stream with Blair from Paradise? That will be on the Rant and Chill channel, which is a much more sacred place than this hellhole. This channel has gone to shit. This channel, its identity is now just shit and twisted and fucked. Rant and Chill is really about having a good time, good vibes, you know? And, yeah, Blair will be on the Rant and Chill stream, and we're pretty much going to talk about her and her situation or whatever. Oh, or Blair. In Blair's case, we're talking about him. I was actually thinking of the Troons and the Troon War. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, that's going to be on the Rant and Chill channel. That's a better place for it, I think. The only thing going on this channel right now, on these readings, and when I can, Guntwave. I may or may not start back to horror stuff. Like, I follow a lot of people that are in horror stuff on Twitter, and I see their stuff, and it scratches an itch. It does. Here's the thing. I like doing a horror show where I can invite, you already know, dots, cam girls, and busty chicks that want to talk about horror movies and stuff. Yeah. And then send you a confusing message about how don't simp. But I think I'm done with that. I think we'll just do, if I do that again, I'll do that in October. And actually talk about horror movies and stuff. And some fucked up shit. But Bag, yeah, we'll talk about Bag. Bag will be on the Rant and Chill channel. Alright. So tomorrow I should be able to read you Lake Monster. Alright. And Lake Monster is featured in an anthology. I mean, this is how you know it's going to be okay. This anthology was actually probably one of the better ones from Dead Man's Tome. All right, this one is legit, really, really good. Okay. This one is straight up, you could say like contemporary horror. It's like cryptids. No weird shit going on. No degenerate stuff. It is straight up good. It is straight up good. I'll plug it. Of course I'll plug it. Everyone else plugs their shit. Here you go. Monsters Exist. Monsters Exist from 2017. Probably one of the better ones put out there. It definitely benefited from additional editing and all that, so it's top notch, really good stuff. Has some familiar names. If you follow like the horror writing scene, you might recognize some of the names. You might recognize Palisano. I think he was the president. I'm not sure if he still is the president of the Horror Writing Association. There's Marchese. There's Buller, Gary Buller. He's pretty good. Tapia. Yeah, really good people. Good stuff. If you like that sort of thing, okay, I do recommend this one. And I'm not bullshitting you. Here, I'll take this off if that helps. No sex stuff, no kink stuff, no profane stuff, okay? We had the president of the Horror Writing Association on it. It had to have been It's none of that like bizarro, transgressive shit. It's straight up horror. All right. The cover does look a little funny. Now look at it. Because I don't remember there being a squid monster with human teeth, but it is good. There's Bigfoot. There's the goat man. Some sort of lizard man thing. A lot of cryptids. The Chupacabra's there. Mothman's there. Good stuff. Good stuff. See, every now and then, I do care enough to put out something that isn't just going to be outright offensive for the sake of being offensive, and that's it. No, there's no merchant slob picking a fight with the Sweetie Squad here. Is this like Nightwave Radio? I'm really interested in Nightwave Radio and Nightwave Radio related content. Nightwave Radio stuff, that'll be like Guntwave, okay? Guntwave would probably move in that direction. But I only really stream on this channel, Mondays, usually. And that's going to be either the therapy stream or Guntwave, probably more Guntwave. That's easier to do. Therapy stream is, requires more research, actually, to read about, actually do reading? What? Anyway, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed Cynthia's Garden. It was probably the most disturbing I've read to you. If you puked up your lunch, I totally understand. I didn't even finish to tell, but you got the gist of it. All right. Lake Monster is next, and that one is actually wholesome. And after that, maybe I'll actually read. Dude, I'm not kidding. There's actually a kid-friendly book out there. Let's see. This story right here. It's a book. It's kind of it's a short. It's a novella. It's a kid's book, so they run small anyway. Dead Man's Tome Jr. There was a Dead Man's Tome Jr. little run thing. The Hydra. This is actually pretty wholesome. There's only one scene I think that could be a little bad, where there's a little bit of blood. But it's not much. It's not much, okay? It's not much. But it's kind of like Little Shop of Horrors, okay? This kid has to feed this plant. He has to feed things into the plant, okay? So there's that. There you go. There you go. Maybe we could read that next time. Anyway, with that said, I'll take it easy. No crack sluts? Yeah, no crack sluts and Hydra. Though there are homeless people. there's always homeless people. Anyway, you guys take it easy. You have a good one. And can you read a story from the Dead Man's Home Shit Fest? Oh yeah, I read a story from there. I read the shits and the runs. That one's good. Those stories are fun. I like that. Dead Man's Tome Shit Fest. That was really fun to put out. That was a lot of fun. Okay. The cover's by Marchese. He used to co-host the Dead Man's Tome podcast back in the day. And yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Read some more. A really funny story that we should get into is the Feces Nurna? Facesnera. We need to read the Facesnera, the Demon Lord of Shit. That one's kind of like what's that thing from South Park? The Christmas poo? Not the Christmas poo. What is the name of the talking turd from South Park? It's kind of like that in a way. Except he had no idea what I was talking about. I was like, wait, this is like a South Park episode. He's like, what? Like, yeah, man. Anyway, you guys take it easy. You have a good one.